Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 5 with some more multiplayer racing. For this one, we are racing A-Class Japanese cars. It's an all-tarmac series of races, and the vehicles could not have engine swaps or driveline swaps. So, if the car starts off all-wheel drive, like my Subaru here, for example, it has to stay that way. And if it starts off front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, it has to remain like that. The Legacy, relatively new to the game. One of my favourites from Horizon 4 was stupendously fast on that. So hoping it's going to be good once again here. I mean, probably if I was building it overall, I might swap the engine out for something else. I don't quite know what I'd put in it necessarily. But yeah, either way, expecting to be half decent. We've got 530 odd horsepower on semi-slick tyres, and it's all-wheel drive. They're not the biggest tyres in the world. The all-wheel drive, not the most important factor in this one. For a lot of the circuits. Some circuits it might come into play, but around a track like this, for example, all-wheel drive is not particularly significant. We've got a couple of Civics in here. There's a GTR. It can be PI dropped down into A-Class. A little bit of a fiddle, but it can be done. It's quite a heavy car, though, is the downside. We've got some rear-wheel drive machines. Ren has tried a Titan that... it's ambitious. That is very ambitious. It'd be funny if it worked, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, yeah, for this race, if we can get off the line well, I don't see why we can't. I mean, there's a good smattering of Subarus around the place as well. Of course, they are going to likely... Well, they're going to be matching me in terms of the all-wheel drive launch, right? So they're going to launch quite well. I don't see why we aren't going to be fast with this car. Now, I don't have aero. Oh, that Sylvia did not want to get going. I mean, we are, of course, helped by the all-wheel drive, but... yeah, we're off the line quite nicely. The things I'm concerned with, well, I'm running semi-slicks. As you can see here, everybody else has got massive wings and huge amounts of aero going on that I do not have on my car. Now, the hope was that would give me a little bit more straight line speed. The downside is it might make me struggle in the corners. We'll have to wait and see how that all pans out. The Titan, I mean, we're all currently in ghosty mode because the Titan's in the way. We're going to ping out of all of that now, and it'll hopefully sort itself out. That was a bit of a sketchy moment. We have definitely got straight line speed on the Subaru in front. We will fire ourselves to the inside. We will get the car across in front. There was millimetres to spare between me and Impreza there, but we made it work for us. We've definitely got top end. We've got the GTR slides a little bit through there. The problem is, though, are we going to be able to use that top end? Because it's the low end acceleration is in some ways more useful. Oh, and there's a big slide. We kissed the wall on the way past. Kind of the 0 to 100 acceleration is probably more useful than outright top speed on a lot of circuits. This is one of the tracks where the outright top speed is a little bit more useful, perhaps. But I don't know if we've got that over the Subaru leading the way. It becomes a case of can I catch the GTR. I think that Subaru at the front, barring mistakes, might be a little too quick for me. That might be more of a speed-focused car. So we might have a good balance of some good straight-line speed and some good handling so we can work everywhere. We will have to wait and see, though, really. We definitely do have some good handling. We are out turning the GTR at the moment. There's a huge, almighty tussle for fourth place behind between, well, just about everybody else as we are running into clean air. I mean, the joy with the Legacy is this is just such a easy... And I'm going to say this, I'm going to crash. But this is a very easy car to drive quickly. You can make mistakes, sure. But it is just an easy car to drive very, very fast indeed. We're to the inside of the GTR. I don't think it's going to be able to live with the grip that we have. Although, for what is a very heavy car, that is actually putting on a good show. We're expecting it... I mean, it was potential to be quite good. Was expecting it to struggle a little bit more, though. It's certainly putting up a good fight. If you want to go past, you're going to have to go the long way around on the bridge, and I have missed my braking point ever so slightly. The GTR was trying to hold it, and it almost worked. I was a little late under brakes there. No, that was on me. That was absolutely not on the GTR at all there. I struggled. I was really on the limit of my braking onto that bridge. And yeah, we are not going to chase down the leader. I think the battle with the GTR is going to be my primary focus. We're going to kind of ignore the leader for the moment. Just make sure we get the car stopped. The Nissan's having a look. The downside for the Nissan here is every time it has a look like that, it takes a funky line. It takes a shallow line and it's slow on the exit and it loses lap time. But of course, I'm losing lap time a little bit as well in some of these places because, you know, we're having to defend. GTR very quick through there. We will move across and we will defend into turn 1. We're going to have a hands full here. We'll get the Legacy stopped, which we do quite nicely through there. The GTR just struggled mid-corner. Tell you what, that Nissan must have been an absolute monster through the final turn. It has struggled through there in previous laps. I mean, to be fair, so had I. And I was maybe a little cautious. And the GTR was right on our bumper going into that first corner. And I am a little wide on the exit of the bridge. We're going to have to be defending. I mean, we have left the battle for 4th behind us at the moment. We're going to hold the GTR out wide. You can't cut underneath us there if we park it on the apex like that. I mean, yeah, a lot of this is just make it awkward for that Nissan. Make it difficult for it to find a way past the area of the track where it's strong, and then make the most of the areas where we are stronger. But the battle is very much dropped us back from the Subaru leading the way. I don't think we were catching it anyway. We are much better through there this time around. The GTR pushed it a bit too hard and clonked the wall. One more lap to go. It's a solid start. It's a solid start, this one. Race is not over yet, but yeah, the good news, Legacy is a nice car to drive. There is absolutely no doubt about it. It's kind of everything you would want from a vehicle in this. Yeah, not quite the fastest around here. We did not have an answer for the lead Subaru, but I'm hoping come twistier, more technical circuits, it might come good. That's the goal, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I did think about running this car on rally tyres rather than semi-slicks. So the reason why you'd do that is the rally tyres still give you a good amount of grip in the corners, not quite as much, but they do allow you to have that bit more power. Around this track, I probably want that. I'm hoping overall the semi-slicks are going to work, because yeah, 500 horsepower is still a good, or 530, still a good chunk of power here. But yeah, it is going to be one more corner to go. It's a nasty, difficult final corner. Plenty of trouble can be had there. GTR a little too wide that time around. We will cross the line. We will take a second. Yeah, solid start. Subaru's first and second. GTR gets on the podium. I'm not sure who's going to have ended up in 4th out of all of this and what car they were in. It was a Civic. Not bad for a front-wheel drive, actually. Not bad at all. The Titan was mighty quick in 5th. Titan's similar lap time to me, but yeah, no one had an answer for that Impreza up at the front, and that is on rally tyres. There you go, yeah. I actually think the Nissan is on rally tyres as well to drop the PI, so I'm the odd one out on the podium. We head to the Plaza Circuit for our next race. Could be a strong track for the Legacy. It could definitely be fast here. All-wheel drive helps out of the slow corners. We know it's got some good handling. How that handling, though, is going to fare against some of the other cars will be interesting to see. We know one of the Civics is pretty damn fast, although the difficulty the Civics have, I mean, I am always a fan of running front-wheel drive cars in these, but the thing that sucks is you lose so much time. We may well pass that Civic before turn 1, because you lose so much time off the line, and there's not much you can really do about that. So your car has to be unbelievably fast because you've got to make up for all the time you've lost. Now, sometimes it can work, and I have had front-wheel drive cars that are good enough to do that. But yeah, it's always frustrating when you have a really quick car start on pole and then find yourself kind of 6th or 8th by the end of by the first corner, essentially. The Titan I'm a little bit concerned about. That thing's surprisingly fast. We've seen it before in Horizon games. Basically, big tyres are quick in this, and funnily enough, the SUVs and trucks have some very big tyres. We sneak our way past the Impreza. Oh, I missed it. Completely messed up all my gears there. We kind of don't really want this fight too much, mostly because I'm worried about the Titan. It will have a massive aero limit, and what I mean by that is it'll have a lot of power, have way more power than the rest of us, of course. It's very heavy, and the aerodynamics are terrible, so it's going to have a point where it just physically can't accelerate anymore because it's, yeah, the drag on it is so much. and I suspect that is going to even come into play around this circuit. There's not really a straight line speedy circuit. It will mostly probably be down the start-finish straight and out of turn 1. So like down here, it'll probably start to feel it a little bit, although it ran wide. Even the big Titan had trouble with street furniture. It might feel a little bit down this next section. But yeah, I am concerned about the Titan. The worst thing in the world would be to fall behind it. It'd be so difficult to pass just because of sheer size. And it is legit quick around here. That thing is not going away. So yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye on it. At the moment, I'm not quite having to start defending like mad. I hope I don't have to. I imagine it might be on slicks. Maybe if it gets them? That's the only thing I can think that would be. That would be the way I think I would try and make it work. I've never had much luck doing that, but I have seen others do a lot better than me with building it. So yeah, it might weigh astronomical amounts, but it gets turned very well. I was a little early. I wasn't intending on a brake check in all of that. I was a little earlier than I intended. It was making sure I got the car stopped and parked on the apex, but in doing that I was actually a little bit early on the brakes. Yeah, we got the power up the hill, which is what is making me think. I mean, from the look of the tyres, visually that looks like some slick tyres on that. So the thing we're going to have to do, this is a weird battle, but the thing that we're going to have to do here is make a wide legacy in important places. And the thing is, the Titan, damn it. I'm not... I mean, we got kind of bumped forward into the lamppost. We were going to get stopped in time, and we got street furnitured. We're going to go for the cutback on the exit in all of this and use the straight line speed of the Legacy, because that is what we do have the advantage of in that one. Now, actually, because the Titan, as dumb as it is, the Titan is actually better on the brakes than we are. The tyres are so good on that it can brake later. Even though it's very heavy, it can brake later than we can. So, yeah, that is something that I've got to be careful of. It is going to be having a look. It's going to have another look down here. I'm well aware of that, which is why... Oh, I locked the brakes up. Ah, god damn it. I just locked it. I knew I had to park it, unfortunately for me. Because it's such a low speed, we got the brakes locked, and I don't have a way back past up there. Now, we may, if we can get a really good run up this hill, it's just not good enough. So we might be able to get it past. Just throw the Legacy to the inside up here. Although the Titans made a bit of a mess of that one. That is not what they needed. That was the last thing they needed, having got the brake they were looking for with a lock of the brakes by me. The last thing they wanted to do was then run wide at the next corner and give it back, and we're going to repass the Titan on the run to the turn 1. We are back to the lead of the race. Of all the battles I expected in this around the Plaza circuit, a Subaru Legacy fighting against a Nissan Titan was never on the list, and I've got street furniture. We're still on the curbs. It's on the absolute limit of what the Legacy can do here. Titan's out wide. The massive truck is going to end up blocking me. I mean, that's the downside of trying to battle against that. Is the massive truck does take up a lot of road. It's run wide. It's got street furniture. We're going to sneak back past again. The Legacy finds a gap. This time it works, but we know we're vulnerable here. This is the bit. This is the worst bit of the track for me. We're going to try desperately to sneak the car back past. We can't stop it in time. We're going to run wide, try and get on the power. The Titan runs out of road because there was the Legacy in the way. All this fighting has absolutely murdered our lap time at the moment. It's great fun. But the Subaru in third is catching. If we're not careful, we're going to end up gifting it to the Prancer in all of this. Run away up the hill. Oh, dear. Now, be aware, I know the Titan's got great grip. It's trying to find some space there, but it can't quite do it. There's one more corner to go. I think we might be out of range, but it's only going to be just. We know that Titan is unbelievably good in these corners. Don't hit the lamppost, don't hit the lamppost. Oh, the Titan murdered them anyway. Oh, what a race. That was an astonishing battle. God, dear. I thought once the Titan got past I was done, but I mean, I say full credit where it is due. That is not an easy thing to drive. It is very big, it is very heavy, it is very cumbersome, and little mistakes are easily made with something like that. And as soon as it got a little bit of understeer, that's the opportunity we needed with the Legacy. Bloody hell, that was a little while ago. We had a Maserati. I raced a Maserati around here. It might be in the last video, last best community one. I had a Maserati battle around here where about 6 cars were all battling for the lead, and somehow the Maserati held on. And it was an astonishing battle and one of the best I've ever had at the Plaza circuit. As far as a 1v1 battle goes, that one might just beat it. But yeah, that Titan, very, very quick. Oh, what a race. You're off to the Arch circuit for our next race. It's quite a nice spot on the grid for me here. Not going to complain at 4th. I suspect the straight line speed of that Impreza might be a bit too much for me to overcome. I think the Titan's had some terrible spots on the grid. I think its handling isn't going to quite be enough here. I think its lack of top end is going to be that one's downfall. We could certainly have a second place car. I mean, if we do get to the lead early on, but there's always a chance other cars are going to be fast here as well, let's not forget. But if we can get to the lead early on, although it's unlikely because that thing is right behind us, because it's also, you know, we are fast starting, but that's faster starting. So, yeah, can't do much about it. My hope will be, I mean, the mid part of this lap does require some grip, and if it's too much of a handful, through there, but you can actually see how much it's struggling. I'm surprised by that amount of understeer. That he caught out on cold tyres. This is about perfect for me. This is absolutely what I wanted. In as far as now we can kind of dictate the pace a little bit. We can potentially defend if we need to. The only problem is you can't defend turn 1 here, really. If the car behind is that much quicker, it's just going to come soaring past down the straight. Although it didn't look like, I mean, we've got the Titan behind us as it goes barreling into that corner with all the understeer in the world. Yeah, so we are going to have, well, probably a Subaru barreling towards us. Also, Titan is not slow down the straights. Tell you what, I really thought that would suffer more down these straights than it actually is. It's mighty impressive how fast that Titan is. It is actually now a legit, real concern for us here. I will probably out-accelerate it, but that's kind of it. We don't pull as big a gap as I wanted to. Are we going to have another weird battle with a massive pickup truck? I think we are. Don't do that. That is not what I needed. We didn't quite hit the insta-stop wall, but we lost all the momentum with just a bit too much understeer through that section. We're going to need a miracle, I think, at this point. I wasn't expecting. I mean, the Titan's so quick through the corner. So that is what like 345 slick tyres will do for you. They will make the car mighty in the turns. But that doesn't surprise me. Its straight line speed is actually what surprises me more than anything. I mean, we do catch it a little bit here, but it's nowhere near as much as you would expect, considering the absolute barn that is trying to cut its way through the air of the Nissan Titan. So it is, yeah, Titan leading 2 Subarus, 3 Subarus actually, with another one behind, and then Rusky and a Sylvia, from what I remember. Although Ren has taken out all of the street furniture. The one advantage I get following the Titan is that will clean all the street furniture out of the way for me, but I didn't really make the most of it, unfortunately, so far this lap, which is, I think we've kind of got to, if we're going to be able to stand a chance here. Trying to be as neat and tidy as I can through here, carry all of the corner speed. I mean, it's a good lap. This has been a very good lap by me. Problem is, it's been a very good lap for the Legacy. We've pulled away from everybody behind, but the Titan's doing the same. We're following it at almost equidistant as we were last lap around. It's flat all the way through turn 1 for us. We're desperately trying to close. We may gain a little bit here. Oh, the Titan has a little struggle through that corner. I'm surprised we're gaining there, actually, because I've seen the Titan be pretty good under brakes. But, yeah, we can gain maybe a smidge there. Through here is where we're struggling, although That line there kind of works. It's put me a little bit out, though, through here. I just can't, can't match it. I've tried everything I know how to get close to the Titan. Oh, that's bad. Well, and then this lap, I've overdriven it on the way in. I mean, we'll save it to a degree, and that we'll still get an okay exit. We're a little slow mid-corner, but yeah, it's made a couple of tenths. I mean, it's not astonishingly faster than us. We are pushing it here, and one slip up from Ren and we will be there, but it's gonna take that. I haven't got the pace in the car to really make anything happen. We were hoping for a mistake. There's the Titan accelerates again out of that sort of second corner area. Can we do anything? I'm kind of gutted we hit the wall. It's an annoying thing. I can't carry the momentum through there. We lost a little bit more time again this lap. We're probably losing like 2-3 tenths a lap. Maybe not even that in some of these. It's just... It's tantalizingly close, but it's not quite close enough as we will head towards the final corner. I mean, it's been consistent from the Legacy, and we have decimated the rest of the field. We are miles clear of the rest of the pack, but I just couldn't, I can't believe I'm saying it, I couldn't match a Titan around a track where I thought we would be fine to run ourselves clear. I was wrong, that Titan is damn quick. Lap times... Jesus Christ. And then what I said, they are with 0.02 of a second basically separate me in the Titan. We were near identical around there. I couldn't catch it, it couldn't drop me, and that was that. Well done to the Titan. The Civic gets on the podium. That Civic's fast. It loses so much at the start, but when it gets going, that Civic's quick. Although, nothing had an answer for us too, in terms of lap time around this circuit. That bloody wall. We head to the Estadio circuit for our next race. Ooh, that's a long way back. We are indeed at the back. I suspect it's going to be me versus a Titan. Around here, the Impreza might not be too bad. It's going to depend. This track's pretty balanced, actually. I've said it before, but in case you haven't seen some of the previous videos, the Estadia circuit is probably one of the most balanced circuits I've come across in the game, in terms of you've got slow speed corners, high speed corners, you've got some medium speed stuff, you've got some longer straights. When I've built cars, when I've tried to balance cars for various videos and so on, this has been the track I've used, and it has generally worked fairly well. Not perfect, but has worked fairly well. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this all sort of pans out. We know the Titan's going to be monstrous in the corners. We know it's not that slow down the straights. But is this going to be the track where potentially the drag is a little bit too much? It wasn't so good at the festival circuit. I mean, that is very straight line speedy, so that's perhaps not the biggest surprise. Yeah, who knows? We will find out over the course of the next few laps here. We are at a smoke screen heading into the chicane. This is where we are in trouble. It's the thing is, we've got pace, but I've got nowhere to go. The road is full of Japanese machinery and some mighty wings in front of us, and I got nowhere to go. We might be able to be sneaky and pass Rusky here, but there is a 240 in the way. We do get a good run on the exit, but I got nowhere to go with it. And now we're going to just be... no, we might actually have got somewhere to go with it. A little bit. The 240 stuck in the middle as me and Rusky go either side down towards turn 1. I thought about having a big dive, but I wasn't sure how good we were going to be under brakes, and indeed we got it right. The Nissan in front slid up into the wall. Right, we haven't actually had to race, haven't got a chance to race the Civic yet, so this should be fun. I'm curious to see how this one might fare against us. I mean, I was very much contemplating building one until I was flicking through my cars and I found a Legacy and realized I hadn't actually used it yet in this game, so that's why we ended up with a Legacy. The Titan's got this in the bag. I mean, it was always going to be, it's going to be a tall order, us having to come from so far back, especially with the first lap where we really got stuck in the traffic. The Titan, of course, running in clean air. I suspect the Titan may be a smidge too fast for us anyway around this track, but yeah. There is maybe a change for second as the Impreza finds a way past the GTR. I mean, the question for me is, can I get this on the podium? I mean, that might be a big order. We've got to get it past the Civic so far, and that's still going to be a lot easier said than done as we run it in too deep. I mean, the Impreza is going to kind of back everybody up, and this could help me. The Impreza is going to back everybody up through the corners. Everyone stacks up, and maybe we can make the most of these opportunities that come our way. I was expecting this to be a lot... I think a lot of cars have just got a lot of straight line speed in this. I was expecting this to be it's not a crazy power car, but I was expecting it to have more straight line speed relative. Back end wanted to let go through there. And that's the downside, not running rear aero. The car is going to be less stable. Even all-wheel drive car, I can still oversteer, can still slide around. We've got lots of speed on the way into here, but unfortunately there is a Civic. Oh no, I wanted to shoot to the outside, but there was just not a gap as everyone was sliding around. We are in real danger from the Nissan here. The Nissan is going to get up alongside on that outside line. I'm going to be defending more than looking forward. Rusky was earlier on the brakes this time around. Thought about trying to get past the Civic. Problem is, I've got pace here. Can't use it at the moment because I've got a Honda in my way. The GTR's back up to second. I mean, this has been a very, very good race so far. It has been good fun. It has been a smidge frustrating for us stuck in the traffic, although, yeah, this is definitely, you know, about right. I don't think we can quite match the Titan for overall pace. Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in a lot of trouble going into the chicane. We get away with it. We get away with it, helped by the fact the cars behind were fighting. There was no one kind of ready to profit from any of that. We will run into here, and I can carry all the speed I like, but I'm not going to be able to do anything on the exit, especially not doing that. No, just couldn't quite get involved in the fight soon enough. It looks like the GTR's going to get second. I don't quite know who got third and fourth in all of that. I don't know whether the Impreza quite beat the Civic to the line. All we could do was finish fifth. It was a great race, just a little bit stuck. It was the Civic, just did it. Gee, that was close. Lap time, I mean, the Titan, very, very quick. It's great lap time. I definitely could have gone faster. I don't think I got a clean lap from where I wasn't fighting. I don't think I could have matched the Titan. However, would have been interested to see what I could have done. Struggled with the back-end stability, especially in that fast chicane. I think that's what kind of lost me a little bit of time. If I got it right, would have been closer. But there we go. Titan gets a victory again. We are off to the Tierra Prospera circuit for our final race. I'm on the front row with an Impreza. The Titan's behind us. That Titan launches so fast, I'm genuinely worried. I think that could be ahead of both of us. I think the Impreza's going to struggle. This track is fast, but there's a lot of fast corners around here. You're going to need the grip, and I think the Titan's going to have too much for me, potentially. I mean, the one thing I've got going is if we can somehow stay ahead of the Titan through the early stages, we might be able to defend. It's going to depend on how good we are, for example, accelerating up the hill and that sort of stuff. It's going to really be what decides this for us. I mean, we'll see the Impreza's going to struggle in the corners, and you know how much faster we are, you know, like going down here. If we can stay out of range of that Titan and defend in critical places, it might be doable for a bit, but I'm going to have to be perfect through the whole race, and already the Titan's found a way to open the door. However, it's alongside, but it's not on the preferred line. And we're going to use this opportunity to sneak past the Impreza. We're going to make it awkward for the Impreza on the run up the hill, although it's going to do it. We know it's got lots of straight line speed, so that's fine. The problem I've got is that I did not want to get too stuck behind the Impreza here, because the Titan's going to round us both up if we're not careful. Oh, this is looking for trouble. The Titan backed out of it. Oh, and it's 3 wide behind. They actually did go 3 wide. Titan backed out and go 3 wide with me and the Impreza, only to go 3 wide with the Impreza and the 240. I slid all the way through turn 1. That was an astonishing sight. Now something else has come to join. I think that's Rusky's Sylvia. We will get slowed down for the 90 left. and frantically hope we can just run away from that battle. I don't want to be involved in it. I want to be clear. I want to run on my own if I can. I mean, we got what we wanted in some ways. It's going to come down to, can I defend this? Will that Titan just prove to have too much grip? It's here where it's going to make a lot of its lap time up. But it is on the exit of this section where it might struggle a little bit. If it's going to struggle somewhere, oh, they've really fallen back because they're fighting each other. And that's what we need. That's what I want to see. The more they fight with each other, the better it is for me here. We can kind of run in some clean air. Don't miss a checkpoint, although I had a lovely line through there. I really didn't want to have to kind of adjust it. That was actually a little risky. Yeah, we got away with it. Gotta stop playing it quite so risky. We're already on the second lap of the race. That's not quite on the grip to get away with it. But I know I need to make as much lap time as I can. I know the Titan's going to be closing in. Can't afford to make mistakes, but got to push the absolute wheels off this. The Silvia is fast around here, actually. It's got some speeders up into third. As expected, the Impreza, while quick, top end, it just cannot carry the speed through these corners that the rest of us are. Oh, that corner where we're really struggling. I'm not sure whether that was the right line through there. I can sense the Titan just ever closer. If I can defend from it in a couple of critical places, we might be okay. Because at least this hill is just before the finish line. We can gain some time running up the hill. We know the Titan's going to gain a little bit through that corner. It's menacing, that thing. This is going to be a grandstand final lap, I think. I want to be quicker than that through there. I really need to be quicker than that through there, but I just don't quite have the grip in the Legacy. I mean, it was quick. That's just about what I could extract from the Subaru through turn 1 and all that section. I'd say realistic. Certainly, it's about what I can. Whether a better driver than me could get more out of the car, possibly, probably, but that's what I can extract from the Legacy at the moment. This is where we're most vulnerable, at the bottom of the hill, although we've pulled a little bit of a gap. We're continuing to pull that gap. Didn't need to run wide like that. Now, the Titan might want to send it around the outside there, because then they can get the inside for the next corner. But it's not close enough, right? It's every lap it's closer. Then we can use our runaway power up the hill. The Silvia's fallen back a smidge, as kind of expected. It's been quick, but not quite able to match me and the Nissan for majority of this. We hit a bit of grass, a bit of branch, something on the inside of that corner. Made a nuisance of itself. Oh, the Titan's going to get us into turn 1 here, I think. I can't hold that speed. That's a great pass. There's just nothing more I could do with that. The one chance I've got is I'm going to have to get a great exit out of here. Oh, I actually I just punted that one forward. That was my bad on that one. I was going for a dive to the inside. I just couldn't pull out of the draft in time, and yeah, just ended up in the back of it. So that was not what we were after at all on that one. I just couldn't quite get out of the draft in time. I was going to send it to the inside, get it stopped, and hope that wherever the Legacy ended up, it blocked the apex. But I just didn't get it to the left in time. And that meant you hit the back of the Titan. Surprisingly, despite the vast weight of the Titan, the Legacy did move it. But yeah, not going to go for a pass like that. Not intentional. The Titan's pass on me was astonishing, actually, to make that all work. It just got an overlap where it needed to. And there we go. It was a great race. It was another fun battle. The Titan just a little bit too grippy. Oh, and I bumped the wall, and the Civic punts us across the line for third. Ugh. I mean, I like the Legacy. I think there's probably a slightly better way to build that than mine. It was definitely a thing. It was definitely a thing. Yeah, the Titan was a little bit faster. It was, as I said, it was a nice car to drive. It's a consistent car. It's quite easy to drive. Very fast. However, Titan is that little bit better. Oh, the Civic did actually get on the podium at the end of all of that. Fair play. Probably deserved, to be honest, because I smacked the wall and lost all momentum. But yeah, I like the Legacy. Always like the car. It is a solid all-rounder, essentially. So, yeah. We had some actually really very, very good races in that. There were some stunning races there, especially at the Plaza Circuit. We had a lot of good fun in that one. So, there we go. That is going to be it for this video. If you would like to take part in the next one of these, you can. You can sign up via Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Find the versus the community sign-up section, and you can register to take part in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching. And until next time, goodbye.